Welcome back to Duoro DS-2c YouTube channel. In this video we're having a look at a CD-45 that I'm building up for the next project. I've just done a dry assembly to make sure everything is in the right position yeah, make sure it's all going to be all aligned and everything, and make sure my wires are right. As you might note, I've got the capacitor in here. So this is now going to be just a 5 wire only rotator. So basically I just will do a disassembly so I can actually reassemble with grease and bearings and everything else. So basically I'm just going to start pulling this apart to then show you what I've done. First off, we'll just remove the capacitor because that's going to be the last thing that goes in before I wire it. So it just slides out. It's just a little baby capacitor, so notice that one. So we'll force the actual the terminal blocks through the bottom. And I get it around the right way. We'll take off the top plate with the motor and everything. So basically this is a later version of potentiometer with the wire going through the middle. It's not the latest version, it's a later version. This is the motor, and I've got to pull this all apart anyway, so I'm going to pop this out of here for now. Show the bottom. So there's all this. I'll be going through and tightening everything up and getting this all ready to go. So the CD-45 is a small rotator. So they have the non-stainless steel gears in these, so we have all the gears and the spacers. I've actually shimmed these up and made everything, spaced everything up properly. I have replaced some of the gears. Some of the gears were actually hitting before and they scored the tops of this quite badly, and the other ones I've actually replaced the ones I needed to replace. So I've shimmed these up here, so we have a shim on top of this main spacer. I had to, when I got this one, I noticed that this bush, when it decides to come out, this bush itself should theoretically allow the gears to spin on this shaft. Well, when I got this one, it was well recessed. I've actually just put this in a little lathe. I just skimmed a bit off the back there to try and make it back to level again. So because with the weight of the other gears on top and this sitting here, this should actually spin without, and this takes the weight off the gears. So yeah, so I had to do a bit of fixing up there in that department. And we have on here two spacer shims. I'm going to take them off before I lose them. Now you may not, in this one actually we have the strengthener in the swing bar for the limit switches, which was interesting. Normally they have without that in there. Now also you may notice that there is a ring around the outside of this. Even though we have no end float on this, we have a lot of sideways movement on these. The tracks aren't badly worn, but we have a lot of articulation sideways. That's a big word, I probably shouldn't use it. So basically what I've been doing with these is I make up a like a big O-ring, and it's glued together, and then basically I make it so it's slightly smaller, and then I force it on, and then I glue 360 degrees around on the bottom and the top. Well, let's rotate the top and the bottom. And basically it's now ready to go. And then what I do then is, you may see there's a bit of a flat surface, is I just lightly grind off just a little bit because it's just tight. It was not going to slip very well, so we want it to officially limit the amount of movement sideways because it was moving quite a bit. So there was no major end float. So another thing I've done is I have installed M6 recoils into the 4 mounting points. They were originally quarters, so now I've got recoils, M6 ones, and I'll put 2 M4 recoils in here. As you see, they do come through a bit, but that doesn't really matter. There's only to hold the bottom plate in. So basically This has been painted silver on the bottom of this, so this it's all flaring out, sorry about that. That's been, and this was glass bead blasted inside here and then resealed with a clear. So that one there is happening. That's always a car behind my unit revving away, or boat or something, whatever it is. So this was glass bead blasted and etch primed and painted in silver with a couple of coats of clear. As you can see, the insides were in really good condition, so I didn't need to do anything in here at all. So that was in good condition. This one had the original, these were white bearing retainers in this one for some reason. Normally I sort of an opaque colour. Ring gear is in good condition, so that's going to go back in again. Bottom bearing ring, glass bead blasted, painted in silver and clear on the bottom, and the inside of this was glass. The whole thing was glass bead blasted, so I've actually just polished the track back up again. It's got a little bit of roughness in here, but it's not major. So I'll be installing two of my brand new stainless steel mask clamps with really sharp teeth, so it really bites in really well. New bolts, that was with this one. They're in new old stock ones, but I may be supplying new ones. I'll see how it goes if I can get this other ones in stock that I was looking for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut down and I'm going to go and start assembling this rotator, and then I'll come back in a couple of different stages. I'll catch you in part 2. Right. Okay, we're back. Righto. I have just assembled the gears and the top plate, or the motor plate. So basically that's all in there. I've actually greased the ring gear track as well. So basically I'm going to move forward and put the motor on and other bits and pieces and wiring, and I'll be back soon. Right. Righty-o-ty, we're back. Okay, everything is installed. Motorcycle capacitor is installed. All the wiring's done. I've got to do I'll check all the alignment yet and align it with the controller. But I'm going to give it a test run in a minute, and I'll get ready to, before I start putting the bearings and the bearing ring in, I'll give it a test and make sure it's all good, and basically we will be up and running. So they'll have the screw tunnel block in. I've used the M4 not Pan Phillips, these posi drive screws. So there we go, and capacitor sits in really nicely here. Got fingerprints all over it, damn it. So it's not going to get hit by anything, so it's all good. No problems. Rightio, we shall catch you in the next one. Okay, we're back. I'll just turn this down a bit. Rightio, we have the bottom bearing ring in. The ring gear's in. It's all greased up, of course. I'll be applying some grease to the top track here and to the edge and to the inside edge of the of here, just so this rubber O-ring will have something to slip on. And I've done pre-alignment, as you can see. My north point, my south point. This is for the ring gear, and also the potentiometer halfway point. Oh, it'd be good if I had this sitting over. Maybe I should turn it down more. So, but I'll start that again. The potentiometer north point, the ring gear north point, because they're all different on these rotators, and the south point. So there we go. So next thing to do is do the top housing, as I said, do the top bearings, and we're off and running. No problem. Catch you next episode. Okay, we're back. Okay, top bearings are in with the bearing retainers, as you can see. My camera's about ready to die on the battery department. So basically that's all I need to do now is pop the top housing on and basically do my tests and stuff. So just there you go. It's where we started from. So we shall catch you in the next section. Right. We're back. Righty-o. Rotator is all done, and it's now a little test set up here, and I just wanted to show you the controller that will be controlling it. This is, get the, oh, it's flaring out, that'd be about bloody right. This is my DS-2c controller. Very simple little controller, left and right directions switch. This switch comes from a Create rotator, so just a simple switch. We have a power switch, we have the calibration LED there, and a CDE/high gain controller, a display I should say, panel meter display. This box is a box I got locally, and I put a stainless steel. I had a stainless steel chassis made. The stainless steel chassis is all the back, across the front, and up the. It's all inside. I probably should have showed you the whole inside, but I've got other videos of this in other cases, in other videos I should say. So basically, it's only runs a 6-pin socket. This box was originally made up for a 8-pin, so it still fits in. We have the calibration and normal switch here, which turns the LED on for calibration. Calibration needle, IC socket, earth bolt. Yeah, and underneath the stick here we have a remote socket for when I do remote stuff. So this little box, it's only a very short little box. It suits this application for these small jobs. So we'll plug him in. We're going to take him a quick run, show you it working. The meter is illuminated with little 3 LEDs on this side. It's only place I can stick these ones in this particular panel meter. So when we turn him on, I think the power's on. She illuminates. And probably some lights from the side there. So we'll take it for a quick little run, and then this is done. Then just pan up a bit, show you the top of it. I've actually got the mask lamps on now. I'll probably show you the mask lamps as well. So they're in here now. So these stainless steel ones of mine that I had made up. Righty, I've got the alignment mark here. So we'll go around the left for about west, I suppose, for now. Just so we can get this done. So it's all working. There we go. There will be a full manual with this when it's sold. The whole thing's slipping on my little pedestal. Probably smack right in the middle. They're so flat in the bottom of these things, it just catches on the edge of these bits of tape and stuff I've got here. Oh, while we're here, we'll go all around to the south point. They do have limit switches in these ones, so basically it will stop once I get there. I'll show you what's going around and around. There we are, my finger's still on it, and limit switches are taken over. So we'll take it back the other way again. You can't probably just see the needle moving. Yep. But not even. Bring it a bit closer. There we go. Of course, this bloody bulb in the neon bulb in there flickers in the LED like a bloody LED does. There we go. We'll come back up the north again, and we'll stop it there, and we'll. It's all good. Righty-righty. Oh, put it back down there. Not went a bit too far. There we go. Bend this way. Righty-righty. Okay, that's done. This now is going to be up for sale, so I'm going to go and do the manual and everything. So we shall catch you in our next project. Bye.